On Global TV News Prime tonight, Tinubu received ex-Senate President Ayim into APC. Federal government slashes stranded foreign scholars' allowances. Business News tonight, federal government doles out 150,000 naira grant for small businesses in Jigawa. Journalists in Kenya protest attacks on. In sports, Offiong rallies Nigeria's table tennis team. Hello and welcome to all of you as in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime here on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Edikan Michael. We'd like to first remind you that Global Television is now on DSTV channel 365. We begin tonight by telling you that President Bola Tinubu formally received the former Senate President Ayim Pius Ayim into the All Progressive Congress. Ayim, a former secretary to the government of the Federation during President Goodluck Jonathan's tenure, recently defected from the People's Democratic Party to join the APC. Tinubu welcomed Ayim to the presidential villa in Abuja, where he was presented by a delegation led by the State Governor, Senator Hobozadima, and Ebonyi State Governor Francis Nweforo. The federal government says it has decisions in reviewing the national cybercrime strategy, which will work towards mitigating the multifaceted threat posed by cybercrimes. President Bola Tinubu was presented by the Minister of Communications, Innovations and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, made this known at the official opening of the Nigerian Police Cybercrime Center in Abuja. Our correspondent Kikoli Mokere has details.
Nigeria has witnessed an unprecedented surge to spread subversive messages and inciting violence and arrest. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was represented by the Minister of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, says the Cybercrime Center is built in an effort to strengthen the operational efficiency of the law enforcement agency, thereby increasing national security and ushering Nigeria into a bright future driven by Professor of Cyberspace and Digital Economy. The President therefore urged the Inspector General of Police to effectively utilize the facility to protect Nigerian cyberspace and ensure that it is used for enhancement of national development and economic progress.
Our objective is to usher in Nigeria into a bright future driven by the crossroad of cyberspace and digital economy. Prioritizing the security of our cyberspace, this administration is committed to enhancing the social security of Nigerians and also tackling the economic and security challenges facing our country while also providing us with a platform to improve our credibility.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, says the modern digital technology facility will serve as a nerve center of revolutionizing the art of policing in Nigeria and indeed the entire sub-Saharan Africa in the fight against cyber threats.
The Nigerian Police Force National Cybercrime Center embodies our commitment to harnessing technology, innovation, and collaboration to addressing the growing challenges posed by cybercrime and its predicate offenses.
The President further says his administration remains resolute to fight all forms of criminalities as an emerging and rapidly evolving category of offenses in the country. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Now, the federal government has announced a slash in allowances of foreign students who are currently stranded in Russia, Morocco, and Algeria, among others, by 12.7%. Estimate from the Federal Ministry of the development to the economic crisis in the country. It was earlier reported that Nigerian students studying in Russia, Morocco, Algeria, China, Hungary, and other countries on the federal government scholarship lamented the unpaid stipends for 8th month running. The students are studying under the federal government's bilateral educational agreement scholarship. Our Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun, of the planned nationwide protest, police will not condone any form of violence capable of creating chaos in the country. IGP Egbetokun at a conference in Abuja. Kiko Makere completes the story.
In a bid to prevent a repeat of the widespread chaos which led to the loss of lives and properties seen during the EndSARS protest, the Nigerian Police Force has pledged to take firm action to forestall a recurrence. IGP Egbetokun advised organizers of the protest to shelve the idea as the federal government is aware of their suffering and is working towards alleviating the situation.
We will therefore not sit back and fold our arms to watch violent extremists unleash violence on our peaceful communities, or destroy any of our national critical infrastructure and assets again. We have mapped out plans to ensure that no individual or group succeed in fostering a reign of terror and of anarchy on other law-abiding and peace-loving Nigerians. Consequently, I want to seize this opportunity to clearly sound a note of serious warning to hoodlums who might want to take laws into their hands in the name of protest, to have a routine as we will not fold our arms and allow our beloved country to be set on fire.
Speaking on destruction of public properties, such as issues of vandalism and components of critical public infrastructure, such as manhole covers, rail lines, and public lights, it says it's devastating and have negative consequences on national development. It therefore urged the senior officers to redouble their efforts in addressing the menace and give adequate protection to public property.
Pipeline vandalism, in particular, has resulted in significant economic losses, environmental degradation, and loss of lives. The theft of manhole covers has led to accidents, injuries, and even deaths, while the destruction of rail lines has disrupted transportation and hindered economic activities.
It says there is a drop in major crimes reported in the last 1 month, which stood at 416 compared with 734 and 530 for the months of May and June, respectively. It commended the personnel of the Nigerian Police Force for their dedication to policing mission and outstanding research efforts at implementing strategies to restore internal security. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Our Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, will lead aviation agencies, chief executive officers, and the key industry personalities and stakeholders at a discussion forum on how to wriggle the aviation sector out of the current challenges, which is on the 28th edition of the annual conference of the League of Airport and Aviation Correspondents, will take place on Friday, 26th of July at the Providence Hotel in Ikeja, Lagos. The forum is coming at a time of worsening macroeconomic indices which have badly hit the airline subsector and other allied services. The challenges include inflation, foreign exchange crisis, among others, which have virtually grabbed the cost of operation. The Bauchi state government has announced plans to close all primary health care centers. The proposed nationwide anti-government protest. It was to protect the lives of security. The executive chairman of the Bauchi State Primary Health Care Development Board, Dr. Management at the PhD services reporting Techniques Health in Bauchi State. The federal government has offered 150,000 naira grants to outstanding micro, small, and medium enterprises in Jigawa State, while launching the 4th edition of the expanded National Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises Clinic in Dose, Jigawa State. The expanded National Clinic is one of the federal government strategies for ease of doing business in the country. The House of Representatives has called on all parties involved in the ongoing dispute in the petroleum sector to cease fire pending the outcome of its investigations. The Joint Committee on the Petroleum Midstream and Downstream made the call and commences a forensic legislative investigation into allegations of substandard petroleum product, non-availability of crude oil to domestic refiners, and other related matters. Completes the story. The Joint Committee on Petroleum Midstream and Downstream says the investigation will proceed in phases, starting with allegations against Dangote Refinery at the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority regarding the quality of produced and imported products, as well as the complaints by the refining companies about the non-availability of crude oil supply to domestic refineries. Chairman, Petroleum Resources Downstream, Honorable Ikenga Ogechinere, and Chairman, Petroleum Resources Midstream, Honorable Odianisin Okeje, called on stakeholders to provide comprehensive support, including essential information and documentation that will help with the investigation. They urge refinery operators, importers, producers, and marketers of petroleum products to share their complaints, suggestions, and independent facts.
Our mandate, as set by the House on July 9th, encompasses a comprehensive forensic legislative investigation into the several critical areas, including but not restricted. 1. The importation and production of substandard petroleum products, the availability of good and quality crude oil supply to domestic refineries. 3. The enforcement of regulatory standards by bodies such as the Nigerian Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, the NMDPRA. 4. The support for local crude refiners and the issuance of import license. 5. Addressing the resurgence of fuel queues, high PMX costs, and other related matters. My dear colleague, Honorable Ikenga and I are fully committed to addressing the 8 areas of concern. The task ahead of us is undoubtedly challenging, but we are confident in the abilities of men and women within our committees to help us to discharge these duties.
From that, labor unions in the country said they will schedule meetings with state government as part of the effort to ensure that they comply with the 2024 National Minimum Wage Amendment Act bill. The bill empowers Nigerian workers to earn at least 70,000 on a monthly basis. The Senate at the plenary passed the 2024 National Minimum Wage Amendment Act bill after the President had transmitted the new minimum wage bill to both chambers of the National Assembly, seeking expeditious support of the lawmakers for its passage. The National Orientation Agency has urged presidents and residents in Jigawa State to be vigilant and heed safety measures to mitigate the flooding. The director in the state, Malam Mohammed Ibrahim, said these in a statement by spokesperson Sarah Ogalo. He said the call was imperative security of the national flood early warning systems, which indicated that the state is likely to experience downpours in the coming. The State Council of Chiefs and the Association of Nigeria have called on the Nigerian government to address the hardship in the country. The group gave their advice at a meeting in Dusa, the state capital, attended by Governor Namadi, warning that it could of law and order. The current chairperson, Maurice, asked the mechanism to check arbitrary hikes in food. The National Agricultural Development Fund says it is actively participating in various projects, programs, and initiatives that will help alleviate the issues of food insecurity and boost productivity. The Executive Secretary, Mohammed Ibrahim, discloses in an interview with the Joint National Assembly Committee on Agriculture in Abuja, chaired by Senator Saliu Mustafa. Our correspondent, Kikele Makara, has the details. We'll be back with that details, but now you're watching News Prime coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on DSTV channel 365 and StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles now shown on the screen. When News Prime returns, Taiwan shuts down as Typhoon Gami approaches. We will bring these and other stories right after this break. Do stay with us. But thanks for staying with us on News Prime. As part of efforts to address public concern over the soy food prices, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission says it has implemented measures to curb the price goes and promote fair competition and protect consumers. Acting Executive Vice Chairman of the Commission, Dr. Adamu Abdullahi, disclosed this while addressing newsmen on fulfilling the Commission's legal mandate of President Bola Tinubu renewed hope agenda in Abuja. Queen Agaba has details.
Acting Executive Vice Chairman, Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, Adamu Abdullahi, says with a concerted effort, the Commission conducted measures to prevent anti-competitive practices in mergers and acquisition. This, he added, will help to preserve consumer choices by preventing large companies from unnecessarily acquiring small competitors and restricting options.
And to address public concerns over soaring food prices, the OCPC implemented measures to curb price gouging, promote fair competition, and protect consumers. We monitored markets, partnered with stakeholders, enforced pricing transparency, and sensitized consumers.
While speaking on the biggest challenges Nigerians are facing, the Executive Vice Chairman stated that electricity consumers have a lot of complaints on exploitative billing, unlawful disconnection, non-metering of consumers, amongst other complaints.
The Director General of National Automotive Design and Development Council, Joseph Osani, has called for collaboration among key players in the automotive industry to enable the achievement of smooth manufacturing of Nigerian-made vehicles. The NDRDC DG said the industry was capable of employing millions of Nigerian youth if properly exploited, as the industry was as viable as all in the country. Osani said this during a recent walking visit to vehicle assemblers plant in Lagos. On the foreign scene tonight, the United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer faces his first House of Commons grilling today after suspending 7 of his own Labour MPs for rebelling over a controversial welfare policy. Starmer suspended the Labour rebels after they backed a motion demanding the removal of the contentious 2-child limit on benefit introduced by the previous Conservative government. Their vote supporting ending the cap introduced in 2015 and which restrict the payment to the first 2 children born to most families is an early test of Starmer's authority. Vice President Kamala Harris is narrowly beating rival Donald Trump in a national presidential poll released Tuesday, one of the first conducted since U.S. President Joe Biden ended his re-election campaign. Harris holds a 2-point lead over Trump, 44% to 42%, according to Reuters on the IPO's poll. It was conducted in the 2 days after Biden announced Sunday he was dropping out of the race and endorsing his vice president. In the previous week's poll, Harris 59 and Trump, now the elder in the presidential race at 78, were tied at 44%. And Taiwan closed schools, suspended the stock market, and declared a typhoon holiday today as the Gami barreled towards the island, bringing the torrential rains and whipping winds to the northeast. Typhoon Gami peak parking sustained wind speeds of 190 kilometers per hour also affected Japan and the Philippines, which announced government offices will close for the day. It is expected to make landfall in the northeast. And now let's get to sport. Nigeria table tennis player Ofiong Edem is facing off our teammate representing the country in the event at the 2024 Olympic Games starting July 26 in Paris. The France Edem, Quadri Aruna, Olajide Omotayo and Fatima Bello will fly the country's flag in the event scheduled to run from 27 July to 10 August at the Paris Expo Porte, with a total of 172 table tennis players participating. Edem, 37, the oldest member of the Nigerian team, in a statement on our Instagram page, urged their race our teammates' success in Paris, urging them to deliver after putting in the work and making the sacrifices. Our 2024 edition of the Value Jet Cup will kick off today with a clash between newly promoted Nigerian Premier League side Beyond the Limit and the Ikorodu City at the Remo Star Stadium in Kenya. The first pre-season tournament ahead of the 2024-25 season will see 6 other teams just for the prize pool of 16 million naira in a 1-week tournament, which will end on Wednesday, July 31st. The defending champions, 3 Sudanese champions, and the Ramo Stars, Rivers United, Kwara United, and Ijebu United. And now, as we wrap up the Global TV News Prime, let's take a look at our top major stories. Tinubu receives ex-Senate President Ayim into All Progressive Congress. Federal government slashes stranded foreign scholars' allowances. In business news tonight, federal government throws out 150,000 naira grants for small businesses in Jigawa. On the foreign scene, journalists in Kenya protest attacks on media. In sports, of young rallies, Nigeria's table tennis team. And that's the News Prime coming to you live from the Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV channel 365. In StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using our Global TV NG and other handles now shown on the screen. I'm Mike. I'm going to thank you for staying with us on the program. See you again.